Hello everyone, it is time to go collectible hunting. Today we're going to cover the locations of all dead ghosts, necrotic cyphers, and jade rabbits. We're going to be working in blocks, so all ghosts first, then all the cyphers, then all the rabbits. However, a lot of them are interspersed in the areas, so in the description are the locations of everything organized by location instead of type, if you want to do that. All timestamps and everything you could want of that is in the description for everything. The purpose of these collectibles is mainly for triumphs and lore hunting, but you will need the 9 jade rabbits and 10 ghosts for the Harbinger title, and to get a neat shader called Lunar Gloom. We'll start with the dead ghosts. In order to see the dead ghosts on the ground, you need to purchase the item from I.III first with a lost ghost trace, otherwise you will not be able to see them. Here are the locations. We'll start with Archer's Line. Head towards the center of the area, looking at the structure that cuts the area in half, then turn around to look towards a giant crack in the surface of the moon. The ghost is by some boxes on a ledge in the crack. Next is Anchor of Light. You're going to head to the toppled circular building, passing a necrotic cypher on the way. Head into the only room in the building and go around the corner for this ghost.
I'll keep the feed live. Maybe the Praxis can make use of this data. It's a song that's killing her. Going on for about 2 minutes 30 seconds now. I've wiped it from this transmission in case its power extends to recorded media. If anyone is listening, don't trust Toland.
Next, we'll handle Lunar Battlegrounds. Go to Sorrow's Harbor and follow along on screen for how to actually get there. This is the start of the Shadowkeep campaign. Keep going until you get to what was known in Destiny 1 as the first light PvP map, aka the very start. Go to the right edge of the map, and behind a nose cone will be the ghost.
How is this possible? Maul's dead. You're dead. The young wolf killed you. What is this? Hive magic?
The Hellmouth ghost is right at the entrance of the Hellmouth in the Hellmouth zone. Follow along on screen, grab the ghost, and start heading down.
I can't bring him back. There were too many everywhere, devouring his light. I need to find the others. I need to tell them.
We're headed into the Gatehouse. Go down the big set of stairs, past the room with a bunch of rocks, go down more stairs, enter this next room, make a right to go down the hallway to find this smaller room. The ghost is on the right side by the window.
No. I'll find a way to fight you. To hide your light.
There's no other way.
Don't ask me to do this.
Just promise me one thing.
Ghost. Please.
Don't look back.
Continue down into the Circle of Bone. As soon as you enter the area, head straight into a circular room with 4 short pillars. The ghost is next to the top right pillar.
This will be my last transmission. Not sure I even have the light left to send it. Though I look for guardians. A first light colonist. A downed reef pilot. Maybe an exo-lunar king. Is it possible to miss one you've never met?
Next, we'll go to the Summoning Pits, aka Fogoth's room. If you're looking at the giant chasm, you're headed to the left while hugging the ledge on the right side. Enter Fogoth's room and make a right immediately. Jump up to the higher ledge for this next ghost.
This is the final transmission of Gurren. He goes to hear the song of death. Nothing will deter him. None of you can stop him. Not anymore. Toland will hear the Death Singer's melody. He will redefine death, escape the Traveler's blunt samsara. He will sound the depths of the powers you so myopically fear. My only regret is that I will not live to see his triumph.
Go back to the Circle of Bone Ghost, and this time we're going to go to the right into the World's Grave. As soon as you see the World's Grave wording pop up on screen, keep going straight into a small room. The ghost will be on your left on the floor.
I wasted 43 times. But on the 44th death, Omnigal's worm rot clung to her bones, rendered my powers useless on her. Now my light is fading. But if there's a chance to revive her, I won't leave her. I won't.
The next one is in the Shrine of Oryx. You can get to the Shrine of Oryx by taking the path into the Hellmouth from Archer's Line. You'll get to a point where you can either go straight or make a left. You want to go left. Then take the path all the way down to get to where I am. The ghost is in the middle of the room under the shrine.
You listening? What are you doing? Hey!
The 10th ghost is in the pit, in the Pit of Heresy dungeon, better known as the Ogre section. You're going to take the left path pretty far down, then just as that path cuts inside to the cave area to the right, you're going to jump on a ledge in front of you along the wall. The glow of the ghost should be pretty obvious here.
My time has come. Finally. When I go, you'll be free. It'll all be over. Omar, do you think we'll see each other again?
Next up, we're going to grab the 20 Necrotic Cyphers, 15 of them outside on the moon, and 5 of them in the dungeon. We'll start in Archer's Line again. We have 2 here. The first is on the ground in front of the Hellmouth entrance in this area past the domed building. These ciphers on the moon are not very well hidden, so they should be pretty easy to spot, at least until we get to the dungeon. The other one in Archer's Line is in the left building close to the bigger building that houses the Lost Sector in this area. A dead astronaut is hanging onto it. Next, head to Anchor of Light. We're going into the toppled circular building, and you probably can already see where it is just from this video. The other one can be found by turning around from that spot and going towards the building on the other side of the area. Against the edge of the lower section is the cipher. Let's go to Sorrow's Harbor next. These two are opposite one another. One of them is all the way to the right side of the area near the regional chest, and the other is on the opposite side in the upper left-hand corner of the map. Next is Lunar Battlegrounds. It is located under the pillar in the middle of the area where you do the 6 plates in the campaign mission. Time for the Hellmouth. There are 2 here. The first is by a pillar emitting green light towards the right side of the map. The second is as you're entering the entrance area of the Hellmouth. Again, pretty easy to see on the video. It's not very hidden. Head into the Gatehouse area by going into the Hellmouth. After going down the big stairs, you're going to hit this room. The cipher is on the 2nd level, basically dead ahead from where you enter the room. Keep going into the Circle of Bone. The cipher is straight ahead, leaning against a beam close to the Hellmouth chasm. From here, it's probably easier navigation-wise to teleport out and go to the Temple of Crota, which you can access by going to Anchor of Light and taking the path to the right when passing the circular building if you're coming from Sanctuary. Anyway, after going down many stairs and getting to a big circular room, head off to the right, and behind a big rock formation is the cipher.
Allies right before I grab the...
Got it. Continue down the path in that direction for the World's Grave cipher. There will be 2 doorways to the right when you enter this area. Take the right side doorway and the cipher will be in the pool of water. The next cipher is in the Chamber of Night, which is accessed via the World's Grave. From where you just were, if you continue down the path instead of going into the side rooms, you'll hit a big staircase going up. Make a left and keep going straight down the path, going until you hit the final room with the bones. Up on the hill on the right is your cipher. Teleport back to Sanctuary and look down and to the right for the 15th cipher. Now it's time to dive into the dungeon. The first dungeon cipher is in the starting section with the elevators and all that. You're going to go all the way to the opposite side to the building with this symbol on it. I've been calling it Sphinx. Just go way down there. All the way. And then, as you pass the door on your right, keep going onto some lower level cliffs. Go to the opposite edge of the cliff that you just jumped down onto, look down, and you'll see the cipher. The next one is after the first encounter by all the doorways. You're going to jump up to the highest level of the doors and then turn around. You should see a platform in the dark on the right side. It's a little tough to see. Jump to that, and then you'll jump to another dark platform above it. After that one, you'll jump to another area in front of you and end up back towards the stairs. Look across the gap for the cipher. The next 2 are in the Ogre Caves. For the first one, when you drop down into this section, go to the right and open up the first red tarp that you see. Make a left after entering, then when you get to this closed door, turn to your right and look behind this big rock. The next one here is down the middle path. After the first bend to the right, you'll enter a side cave via tarp on the left. After entering this cave, make a left, and then keep going until you hit a bigger room. Jump on the rock on the right, look up and to the left, and you will see the cipher. The final cipher is after the plate encounter. Instead of dropping down this section of the map, all you need to do is climb your way up, and the cipher is on the outer ring above you. Finally, let's get those Jade Rabbits. You need to feed them a small rice cake in order to activate them, and you can only get 3 rice cakes per week. These are also character specific, I believe, so if you feed one on your Titan but not on your Warlock, the Warlock can still feed it. You need the 9 unique rabbits for this triumph, not 9 total, so I would do all of these on one character. Starting with Archer's Line, head into the domed building and make a right. At the end of this corridor is a rabbit. Next, you're going to K1 Logistics, which is the Lost Sector in Archer's Line. At the very end of the Lost Sector, after you go in the door that opens after the boss is killed, immediately look to the right for the rabbit. Moving to Anchor of Light, the rabbit is on top of the big building on the left side of the map next to a big monitor. Let's go to Sorrow's Harbor next. The rabbit is in between some rocks, well before the Scarlet Keep entrance on the left side of the area. Head to the Hellmouth area where you'll find this rabbit on the ledge of a giant crack in the surface in between the entrance to Sorrow's Harbor and the Hellmouth Lost Sector. It's about halfway in between. We're diving into the Hellmouth now from here, going to the Circle of Bone. Upon entering the area, hook a right and go under the upper area platform and look to your right. The next one is in the Chamber of Night. To get to the Chamber of Night, take the path into the Hellmouth from Anchor of Light. The rabbit is a couple of rooms before the final room, up on and behind a rock. Next up is in the room before the Shrine of Oryx. To get to the Shrine of Oryx, take the path into the Hellmouth from Archer's Line. The entrance is past the domed building. When you get to an area where you can go forward or left, go left. This rabbit is on the left side of the room by the edge after exiting the tunnel. The final one is in K1 Revelation, which is the Sorrow's Harbor Lost Sector. You will need the firewall key for this one, which is from the weekly Heiress bounty that has you do 3 lost sectors. The Jade Rabbit will be sitting on a chair after you open the door. Those are your Shadowkeep collectibles. Enjoy your triumphs and titles and shaders and whatever else there is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.